everyone, and welcome to MarkupX Accelerate Design Review. My name is Juliana, and I work in marketing here at MicroCAD. And today's presenter is Robert Gatbo, CEO of MarkupX. At today's webinar, we will see MarkupX's ability to seamlessly integrate Bluebeam markups directly into AutoCAD and Revit environments for swift approval, and we'll also explore the lightning fast design process with it. Throughout the webinar, you can ask a question at any given point on the left-hand corner. You can ask Robert to revisit a step or ask any questions. This is your time, and we want you to make the most of it. And in the upper left-hand corner, you will find links to our social media and website. Also, we post all of our webinars on our YouTube channel so you can share with colleagues or watch it on your own time. And we will also be sending the on-demand recording of this to all attendants and registrants after 24 hours, I believe. So yeah, without further ado, I'll pass it on to Robert. Hi, Robert.
Hello, thank you so much. Let me share my screen here. Entire screen. All right, so I've got a very short little PowerPoint I want to go through, just 2 slides really. So hopefully everybody can hear me. Thanks for joining. My name is Robert Gatbo. I'm CEO of Markups. The product I'm showing you today is called Markups Pro. And our little tagline here is an integrated markup experience combined with a powerful design and layout engine. And when we're talking about the powerful design and layout engine, that refers to Revit users at this point. So what is Markups? It's an add-on to Autodesk software. So any Revit-based product or AutoCAD-based product, so Civil 3D, Plant 3D, things like that. We bring the markups directly into the design software from a PDF. So it'll bring it into any of those that I mentioned above. We want to make sure you address all the markups. That was a big thing when we were talking to customers as we were building this, is that, there's a liability issue when things are missed. So we want to make sure you address everything. And then for those Revit users, you can actually place families from a PDF directly into Revit, and I'll demonstrate this. So the key benefits of our software: complete markups faster. All customers are telling us they're saving at least 1 to 3 minutes from the traditional method. Some are saying more, but even if you just think about it as being 1 minute a piece, and you count up how many markups you have, you can do the math, how much savings you're going to have. We want to make sure you address all the markups. So we give you a little counter showing you the total number of markups. And then as you start completing these markups, those numbers go down and those markups will start removing from your list of to-do items. The staff are as productive in the office as they are mobile. So when we were talking to customers, they're saying, yeah, when I'm in the office, it's not as big of a deal because I got one monitor open with Bluebeam on it. I got another one with Revit or AutoCAD, and I just go back and forth. But when I'm traveling, I only have my laptop. And so I'm constantly switching between the 2 products to make sure I address everything. So what we say here is dual monitors aren't required. You can use them, but they're not required in this sense. And then we enable non-Revit users to utilize design elements. And so as we were going around, once again, talking to customers, and we were finding out they were placing symbols in Bluebeam and say, I need a chair here, I want a door here, I want a wall here. And so we decided, why don't we take those markups and turn those into Revit families? So we place those directly into Revit, and I'll demonstrate all of that. So that's my PowerPoint. So let's just jump right over into Revit. All right, so here's Revit, and I'll show you the same interface as exactly for AutoCAD too. But in Revit here, you get a ribbon, and it's called Markups here. And all you do is you're clicking on what's called our navigator. So here's our navigator, and it's really simple, very easy user interface. All you do is you click on the green plus sign to import a PDF. So I'm going to grab a PDF here, and I'm going to go open. It's going to start loading them all. Down here at the bottom, you can see how many sheets are in the PDF and then how many total markups. So you can see here it says I got 40 markups to address. Okay, this shows you every single one from all the different sheets. If you've only got one sheet per PDF, that's fine also. But basically in the list view, all you really do here, it's pretty simple. You click on any one of these. It's going to go and load the sheet automatically. So that's what it's doing right now. It zooms to the location and it displays the markup. Pretty simple. The longest thing was loading of that PDF or that sheet. So now if I select on any one, now that the sheet's loaded, you can see how quick and responsive it is to jump to the very next one. Okay. So this is the list mode. Now once we started getting into customers' hands, we're always listening to feedback and stuff. And some customers said, hey, this is great. I'm going through one at a time, but I'm working on this sheet right now. I'd like to get an idea of how many markups I really need to address. And so we've got this little quick filter up here. Basically, it filters all the markups on this active sheet here. And then I've got a button here and say, just show them all to me. And it shows you every single markup that you have to address on this sheet. Okay. These are all temporary graphic. You can't select on them. We don't add anything to your model. They do not print. But you can basically bring in any markup. I got images in here. I got symbols. You can see here clouds. You can have stamps. Any of the markups that you're creating inside Bluebeam, we would bring these in here. So I'm going to just turn that back off here. So let's just turn this off. Now I'm going to look to go into what's called our edit mode, because now I want to start addressing these. All I do is I double click on one of these and it takes me into the edit mode. This is the PDF. Okay. So if you didn't want to see the markup in the model, you still have the PDF here. What do they want me to do? Oh, yep. So instead of having to go to another screen, you can at least see it right here. Yep. And we're zooming to the location for you. Same thing. If I want to just go next to see the next one, there it is. There it is there. Same thing. If I don't want to see that, I can easily turn that markup off. But the idea here is we're just trying to help you address these markups faster. We don't do anything whatsoever to help to fix the markup. We're just getting you to the location. You fix it. Once it's done, you just come up here and you go completed. And when you do that, it automatically jumps to the very next one. Now, this number didn't go down here. It says 40 of 40. If I get out of this real quick, I'm going to show you why. If I come up in here, you can see I've got completed check. I'm going to uncheck that, saying don't show me any markup that is completed. So I want that number to go down. So we don't really remove them for you. We're just changing the status quickly just so it filters those out. So now if I go okay here, now you're going to see I got 39 of 40. So let's go back into the dimension here. There's a dimension. I'd say let's add the dimension. I'm going to go completed, and there it goes. Jumps you right to the next one. The number's starting to go down. So we're making sure you're addressing everything. And once they're all done, you won't have anything left in your list at all. So that's the main portion of the product. That's what we built it for, was to get people quickly to the markups, show them what they needed to do instead of having to go back and forth. Where am I supposed to go? What sheet's it on? Where am I making this markup? We're taking you right to it, loading the sheet, putting you right on that sheet quickly. So now, once we went out there again, people started giving us other ideas. I talked about the doors and the windows and things like that. Now, I don't see any icons in here. Mainly it's because I've changed this. But if I come up here to my settings, I have the ability in here to change where I'm reading a family name and type. And I'll show you what I do here. But I'm going to change this value here, and I'm just going to go save. And so what it's doing now is it's looking at all the markups, looking for this property, this custom field that I have here called finish line insert. That's inside Bluebeam, okay? And so it's looking at that field and seeing if it can find a family name and type. So it takes a few seconds here as it rereads all these things, but once it's actually in there, it's very quick and responsive here. So bear with me a second. And then while that's doing that, I'm going to quickly go over here to Bluebeam and show you. It's already there. So now if I come down in here, you see these symbols. Now they recognize that, hey, you've got a family that you want to place in the model. So you can see some beds in here and tables. I'm going to come up here to our filter. And we got different ways to filter here. You can filter by who it's assigned to, the sheet name, description. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say, can you turn off the regular markups? Just turn those off for me and just leave me the ones that are placing of the families. So that's all I have left in here. Now, as you can see in here, there's some names, but I want to go down here to this one first. It says polyline. If I click on that, you can see there, it's just a polyline. That's it. But if I hover over this button real quick, you're going to see the name. That's what it's reading. It's saying, oh, hey, you want me to put in a basic wall interior 165 partition 1 hour in there. All I do is click on that, and it automatically will draw that or place that family in the model here. So let's go down here to the chair. There you can see a chair. You got the red line around it is the actual snapshot in Bluebeam. And same thing, I can turn that on and off if I wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and it's going to place that chair, and there it's placed. This is an actual family. It's in 3D. I can cut sections with this. Let's do this one. Okay, exact same chair, but I've actually changed the rotation on it. So it's pointing in this direction. There's your red line. Same thing. I'll go ahead and say, let's place that. And there it's quickly placed that family. Pretty straightforward. Okay. Now, and if it was a door, which I don't have loaded in this one, because it's a hosted family, it's just going to grab the family for you. You have to place it yourself. So chairs and stuff, no problem. Walls, I can do that. But when we're talking about a hosted one, it's going to just grab it and allow you to place it yourself. Now, let's just go into Bluebeam and see what I actually did in here. So this is one of them in here. Basically, what we're doing is tool chests, okay? So inside here, you can see I've got this one I've called Markups Family Insert, and there's a chair there, whatever, and I've already placed one in here. So if I click on this, if I just quickly go to the properties in here, you'll see that I placed the family name and type in this custom field. You can create your own custom fields. You just want to be consistent that everything is always using the same custom field, because you specify, like I did a moment ago, where am I looking for this family name and type? What's the family I need to place? And so this would be it. But you can put it in the chair. You can, in the subject line, you can put it wherever you want, as long as you're consistent with it throughout. And that's as easy as it is. Now, let me just jump over. I want to just show the AutoCAD side of it anyway. So if I jump over here for anybody that's using AutoCAD, as you can see here, same interface here. This one's actually working with layout. So you can see it says PP1 in here, and there'll be some down in here, PP2. I actually have these down in here at the moment. And so same thing. All I do is I click on one of these. It's going to open up the layout. It's going to zoom to the location, and it's going to display that. Once again, these are temporary graphics, so I can't even turn around and try to select that or delete it or anything like that. Yes, I can still turn it on and off. If I go into a view here, there I'm inside the view. The markup will stay there if you need it to. But once again, you don't have to leave it in there if you don't want to. If I want to turn it off, I can definitely do that. And same, once the sheet is loaded or the layout, it's very quick and responsive going to the very next one. Okay. Very quick in there. Currently with the AutoCAD portion, Civil 3D, we're only displaying markups. My team is currently working on, we're going to be starting to place blocks here soon, and labels, lines, things like that. So this is very early days. This is basically the second release of this, but we've got a lot of things that we're going to be working on moving forward. This is probably the fastest demo you guys have ever seen. I couldn't stretch this out another 30 minutes if I wanted to. So we'll maybe open it up for some questions, but that's the interface and how this thing actually works. So let's open it up for some questions.
Thank you, Robert. Definitely design review accelerator. And yeah, as Robert mentioned, you can ask a question on the left-hand corner. I would like to thank Robert for this quick and easy to watch presentation. Definitely a time saver as well for all of us. And also, I wanted to remind you all about our upcoming webinars. So we have coming up next on December, actually tomorrow. This is Woodwork for Inventor at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And then on December 14th, we have Inventor to the Max programming for non-programmers. This one will be very interesting because it will be like an inventor user group where we can all interact and ask questions live. Then on December 21st, we have PDF Perfection, Bluebeam Editing Supremacy, and I guess we will be also touching some markups points there. And then on December 27th, we have Building Bridges, AEC Mastery with BIM Collaborate, which we're actually not sure about this one. Maybe we will reschedule it since this is not a very busy week. So yeah, we will be updating everyone on that. And if there are no further questions, then I would like to thank again Robert for your time and for this short and fun to watch webinar. And thank you all for attending.
Great. Well, thank you. Is there any questions? Pretty straightforward for everybody. Oh, yep, there's one. Does it work with comment markups from PDFs on AutoCAD? Comment markups from PDFs. It does work in AutoCAD, if I'm understanding the question correctly. Yes, as long as there's, the markups are in the PDF, we can bring them in and show them in AutoCAD, Civil 3D, whatever. Is that the question? We can push, just so I didn't show that, but we can, once you complete that status, we can push that status, back into Bluebeam studio session. So when you click on it, it'll push that back. How is licensing? Sorry, will it show the comments? Yes, you can get it to show the comments. Yes. How is it licensed? It isn't named user. It's basically you would get a pool of licenses. So if a company said, hey, we need 20, we got 20 people, but we only need like say 15 licenses, you can release a license, other people can use it. We're definitely not going down the named user path at this stage. If it's up to me, we'll never go down it, but that's the way it is at the moment.
All right, thank you, Robert. Are there any more questions? Do we have any more questions before we finish?
It might be typing. We'll give it a couple more minutes here. And in regard, actually, there's one other quick thing I wanted to show too. Sorry, I've missed it here. Also, what we do is we come with this little free little tool that you don't need Revit, you don't need Bluebeam for. It's basically a review tool. And so basically what you could do is you can open up somebody's little project here, and you'll see that I've filtered out, just show me the ones that everybody said they've actually completed. And so if I just double click on one of these and go into edit mode, every time I hit the word completed, it takes a snapshot of the model at that given time. And then it puts a little comment in there. And if I click on this, you can actually see this is the snapshot here. That's the model snapshot when I hit completed. This is the PDF. And you could, as a reviewer, could go, no, you didn't do that. It still says observation deck on here. So I'm going to reject that one. And then it goes on to the next one. Well, you were supposed to put in a dimension there. There's no dimension. Same thing. I'm going to go in here and reject that one. And same. Oh, yep, that one's good. So I'm going to accept it. And so you could end up getting that pushed back too. It will support an Acrobat PDF. The issue that you have with an Acrobat PDF is that with Bluebeam here, if I just quickly jump into Bluebeam, in Bluebeam, for instance, let me do this one here. if this was in Acrobat, you probably would see that the cloud is one markup, this line here is one markup, the text is one markup, where the Bluebeam basically says, hey, it's all one. They're doing the grouping for you. So that's the only issue really with it. We read the markups the exact same way. It's just a matter of, whether they all come in and group together as one markup or all individual markups. But in the end, it really doesn't matter, because when you're in this, let me go back over here in Revit, as I'm in this edit mode, whether there's a whole bunch of lines or not, it's going to show you, this is the nightstand right here. It'll show you all the markups in here because this is a PDF, but on the screen, you'll only be seeing the one shown here. But once again, for people that are doing that, they probably just have that thing turned off and say, okay, as long as I can see them all right here, that's all I care about. Oh, they want me to remove something. They can absolutely do that. Hopefully that answers your question. I'll give you another example here, like, you can actually see all the markups in here. So there's all these different markups in here, even though I'm only showing one here. But as you can see, we can bring in images. We can bring in all sorts of markups. Anything you're putting in, like if you do screenshots and put it inside Bluebeam, we can read those. Any other questions? Everybody's still in the meeting here.
Yeah,
we are running a deal right now just after AU, because we've had massive response after AU. So we've got this getting started with markups package. Normally the price is $240 a license, and there's discounts the more you go. That ends up being $20 a user a month. But we do have a package running right now for a 10-pack for $2,000. So it's almost 20% off of that or whatever it is. But yeah, so just so everybody knows, it's good until the end of the year here. But like I say, if people are interested, definitely let MicroCAD know, or myself. Not looking for people to purchase this year, but let us know you're interested, and we can see about extending it.
Absolutely. You can contact us. I believe it's on the website link we have on the left-hand side. And you can go to the contact us section, and we will get you set up ASAP. Okay, and are there any more questions before we end this webinar? Robert, do you have anything else? Maybe you forgot to show us.
Nope. That's about it. So yes, definitely. Like I say, if you're interested, reach out, and we can always do a more personalized demo, so you guys can ask questions, and other than having to type them in. So definitely, thanks everybody for attending.
Thanks everyone, and thank you, Robert.
Great. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.